I'm Alan D. Lyons, and you are tuned into Lyons Den Comics. The Immortal Hulk, number 15, from Marvel Comics, written by Al Ewing, penciled by Joe Bennett, and his glorious cover here, as all the covers have been so far, is by Alex Ross. If you're not familiar with Alex Ross, which I don't know why you wouldn't be, his signature work is his paintings, and like I said, it is gorgeous. A horror take on Hulk. Well, for a while it's been more sci-fi, and that's kind of more what I was into with the Hulk. You had the Peter David stuff from back in the 90s, with the leader and stuff, and then you had like Planet Hulk, which with Thor Ragnarok is pretty much his. So, but this returns it to its horror roots. The original Incredible Hulk from Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, though that was more horror. And so this is returning, Immortal Hulk is returning to the horror roots. Al Ewing has been doing a great job at that. But basically, what the deal is, Hulk and Banner have an agreement. Actually, let me back up from there. Bruce Banner had died, and then Amadeus Cho had taken over as being the Hulk, and that was the Awesome Hulk, or Totally Awesome Hulk, whatever. And so now, in the Immortal Hulk, Bruce Banner has came back to life, and the reasoning for that is because of the Hulk. The Hulk himself is immortal, and so therefore they have made an agreement. In the daytime is Banner's, and the night is Hulk's. So in the last issue, number 14, which was 2 weeks ago, we also learned that Betty, she could be immortal. Betty Ross, Thunderbolt Ross, that's her dad. And then, of course, she marries Bruce, and she becomes Betty Banner. And then eventually, you got Thunderbolt Ross becomes the Red Hulk. Well, she becomes Red She-Hulk. You have Agent Burbank, who's been a thorn in Hulk's side for a few issues here. And he's got a sniper, and he's looking in. But, see, Betty has got this artifact, and it blocks, like, scanner readings and psychic readings and all that. But somehow Burbank can still see them, but he can't make out who's who, so all he sees is skeletons or something. And so he's like, I'm going to take my shot. And of course, he's aiming for Bruce, but of course he gets Betty. And so, boom, shoots her in the head. You think she's dead. And then later on in the issue, her eyes light up. And then, in the beginning of this issue, she's gone. And says something like, all Hulks are immortal. Doc Samson shows up. And so here, that's why we have him on the cover. So he shows up, and we learn that maybe he's immortal as well. All these Hulk characters, are they all immortal? And, it kind of goes through his little history there where he had died, crawled back up out of his grave, and he wants to know why he's been resurrected. So he goes to Hulk, which is where you find him at the end of the last issue, and he comes to this conclusion that the only person who's going to be able to know is Hulk himself, because he has died and came back to life. And, at the end of that last issue, Agent Burbank, his arm just morphs into this machine gun, and he shoots Hulk in the head and takes out a big chunk of brain. And so, whereas here in this run, he's more the intelligent Hulk that I prefer, not the dumb, Hulk smash and Hulk strongest one there is. But when Agent Burbank had shot a piece of his brain out, obviously he's gone retarded again. And so for a little bit there, he's fighting Doc Samson, and Doc Samson says, see, I'm trying to reach your mind here, but you see, the irony is that you gotta have a mind or whatever, and it's gotta grow back. Well, obviously it grows back. He becomes Intelligent Hulk again, and Doc Samson kind of gives him his case where, hey, I've died and I've come back to life. So they go on a walk. They go to the cemetery, and to visit another friend who had possibly died and came back to life. But on their way there, uh, you know, while he has reached out for Hulk to help him, Doc Samson can't help himself. He's a therapist. That's what he's known for. That's why you got him on the cover, being old Simeon Freud to him. And he can't help himself. He starts talking to him about a certain form of the Hulk. See, the Hulk is like a set of different personalities, and each personality is a different form. And so he starts talking to him, because Bruce Banner has got multiple personality disorder. And so when he had become the Hulk, when he had, had the gamma exposed to him and everything, it brought that multiple personality disorder out. And so now he's all the different Hulks he's been, that he is. You got the Gray Hulk, which, becomes Mr. Fix-It, which was part of Peter David's stuff. And you've got, all sorts of different Hulks. Well, he's talking to him about a certain form called the Devil Hulk. And he says this is Bruce at his angriest. And he has tried his hardest to keep him locked away deep inside his mind. And then he throws you for a curveball and says, this Hulk that I'm talking to that's right in front of me, that's this Hulk, isn't it? This is the Devil Hulk. And so Hulk, he looks at him and he says, well, yeah, of course. And it's interesting when they're talking about the Devil Hulk, he says that, he's this satanic, demonic kind of thing, and that his sole purpose is to bring on the end of the world, the apocalypse. And then he throws you that curveball and says, no, this is who I'm talking to right here. And, you're kind of confused for a second. Then you realize, well, the whole arc before with the Hulk in hell, maybe that's what they're trying to get at. Hulk, he says, yeah, that is me, of course, obviously. And yeah, I am going to bring on the apocalypse, the end of the world, because I think the human world needs to go. So here we are, more horror elements in this title. And we're going to carry on with whatever this is going to be, where we've got the protagonist, the title character, being more of a villain. Then that takes us to the end, where they get to the cemetery, and they go and they find the grave of somebody who says that this person should join the club. I mean, you've got a Hulk who has came back to life. You've got Doc Samson who's came back to life. And now we've got Rick Jones. Rick Jones had became a Hulk himself. And, this kind of implies to the whole, were all Hulks maybe immortal? So, Rick Jones became a Hulk named A-Bomb. So here we go. We've got Rick Jones' grave, and it's dug up. And so, I guess maybe he's immortal too. And, Doc Samson, he turns to Hulk and he's like, what's going on with us, Hulk? Why does this keep happening to us? Be sure to check out my books. Hostage 100. Check that out. Full-length novel. 300 or so pages. Mini book. Full Steam Ahead. It's from Regulators 2 Out of Time. Book I co-wrote with Douglas H. Youngs. Pretty much the pieces that I wrote, I went ahead and put in this mini book. You can find the physical copies, you can find them on Amazon, or you can go to my Facebook page and order from there. DM me. A little bit cheaper than Amazon if you do it that way. But also the ebooks are available. You can also get them on Amazon. You can get them on iBooks, BarnesandNoble.com, several others. Check out Draft the Digital. Also, I'll put a link below if you're on YouTube. Lastly, check out that quote on the back here. It says, "You're not crazy, Arthur. You're sane in a crazy world." So, where is that from? Who said it? Who spoke it? Comments wherever you're listening or watching this on. I will check the comments on YouTube, Facebook, and Podbeam. If you comment on any of those, the answer to this, again, I will say, you're not crazy, Arthur. You're sane in a crazy world. Uh, Comment on there where you think it is, who you think it is. I'll give bonus points for overachievers. I will comment below your comment to tell you how many points you have earned. If you see my comment, you know you've got credit for it. Continue watching my videos. I will have a new quote each video. And at the end of next month, whoever accumulates the most points, I will give you a prize. Not telling you what the prize is. I'm not even sure if I know what prize I'm going to give you, but I have some ideas. So go ahead and comment the shit out of that and accumulate as much points as you can. And till next time, peace out.